Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. This is your buddy Crypto Prophet, and today we're going to be taking a quick look into Decentraland. Decentraland is definitely a coin that has had a massive increase in the last 24 hours, almost a 14.36% increase. If we take a look at the last week alone, a 43% increase as we continue to see Decentraland grow. We've talked about this coin quite a bit on this channel for obvious reasons. We see the long-term potential behind it. We see that there's going to continue to be increases in the future as well. If we take a look at the last 24 hours though, there is a lot of price analysis to be looking at. The next 24 hours is going to be very, very important for Decentraland. We see that we get to that all-time high of about $1.63 April 17th at 9:55 a.m., which is a massive increase. However, we did see a massive correction coming all the way down to about $1.45 April 17th at 11:05 a.m., and then we're trying to stabilize out here at that $1.48 range. If we can stabilize out at the $1.48 right around this same range as the previous little dip here, April 17th, about 9 a.m. actually. If we can stabilize out right around that range, we're going to be looking at a very good price point for Decentraland as we continue to move on into the month of April. I think we are going to see a lot of movement coming, and because of this, I'm really looking forward to seeing the next 24 hours in Decentraland. If we can stabilize out, like I said, we're going to have a very healthy price chart, and we're going to have a very good shot at reaching a new all-time high by the end of April alone. So it's going to be a lot riding on the next 24 hours. If we dip back down to about $1.35, $1.40, we may be in a spot that may not make it, may not make its way back up all the way to April all-time high of $1.63. But for the most part, I do believe Decentraland will make its way back above $1.63 in April alone. So let's take a look at what Decentraland is and then come back and do price predictions for April, May in 2021. Do remember, guys, I am not a financial advisor, so always do your own research before investing. Decentraland Mana is an Ethereum token that powers the Decentraland virtual reality platform. Mana can be used to pay for virtual plots of land in Decentraland as well as in world goods and services. So if we take a look at the website, we can go right over to Decentraland.org. Welcome to Decentraland. Create, explore, and trade in the first ever virtual world owned by its users. You can actually explore. You lose yourself in an amazing, evolving world. Explore lands owned by users to experience incredible scenes and structures, from a space adventure to a medieval dungeon maze to entire villages crafted from the minds of community members. Obviously, you can create as well, create scenes, etc. You can trade as well, buy and sell land, estates, avatar wearables, names in the Decentraland marketplace. So there's so much available for you guys to do on this virtual world. Obviously, first ever virtual world owned by its users. We take a look at the events going on. There's also a ton of events that take place in Decentraland every single day. Right now alone, we have 7 events going live. I've noticed a lot of more, I'd say a lot more users in Decentraland itself than we typically see. And because of that, we're continuing to see growth in the Decentraland price as well. We're continuing to see really Decentraland make its way bigger and better everywhere. And let's jump into the marketplace, give you guys a brief overview of what's really all available in that marketplace. So we do have wearables, obviously t-shirts, it looks like hats, sweaters, shoes, pretty much anything you could think of. They have it in the wearable section, and you can actually buy it, as well as the parcels and estates. They have real land values here. They have a bunch of different, so 9 plots of land for this one, 4 plots of land here. So you can actually buy and sell land, like we said, and then names. They also have original kind of names that are trying to sell for good prices. Obviously, things like Kobe Bryant 8, TikTok House, Rockstar, those are all more original than usual names, so they are trying to sell them, and hopefully they find a buyer. Let's go to the blog itself, and actually they talked about what are NFTs recently. So one of the most, I would say, Decentraland is one of those that has a very, very high chance of making such big news coming here very soon, because it is in that platform that has NFTs. It has it has that virtual world that is probably one of the first of its size. They have a bunch of different things going on right now with the marketplace itself. Just so much different potential behind Decentraland, and we're going to continue to follow up on that. But if you see here, April 1st, they talk more about move mana between Ethereum and Polygon, the first step toward a layer 2 solution for Decentraland. So this was big for Decentraland, and today marks the completion of an important first step on the path toward a full layer 2 solution for payments and transactions in Decentraland. So this was big for obviously Mana, Ethereum, and Polygon as well. So you're seeing a lot of things like this coming to the news. And I think the more we jump into the late April, we're going to see even more news articles coming out. We do see that the last article was April 5th, and every time an article drops, it usually does help the price of Decentraland a little bit. So I do think, we are going to have some massive drops here soon, hopefully helping Decentraland's price and help us move in the right direction again. We do see, like I said, $1.48, a 14.36% increase. Let's take a quick refresh, make sure we're at a solid price. So we are dipping down still. Hopefully we can dip down, like I said, above that $1.45. We are really at that $1.45 right now. So by the time this video comes out, you guys will probably know if we dipped all the way down to about $1.34. If we do, we are looking at a little bit more of a rough spot. However, if we can stay above at least $1.43, $1.45, we're going to be looking pretty good. So going into our price predictions for the end of April, I think we will continue to increase. Obviously, the next 24 hours is very important. I think that Decentraland will make its way to a new all-time high, according to, really just what's going on with Decentraland. Like I said, it's a fairly utility token with all the, all that's available with Decentraland, the actual virtual reality platform itself. There's so much going on there, and there's a lot of utility behind it. So I will say that the projects and updates that Decentraland also are probably working on, I have some speculation that we're going to have some big things coming, and because of that, I think Decentraland will easily make its way past this $1.63, hopefully pushing around $1.70, $1.75 for an all-time high, stabilizing out at about the previous all-time high, $1.63, $1.60. I think that's definitely going to be a reasonable price prediction. Do remember, guys, I like to keep my price predictions as realistic, reasonable, and conservative as possible when doing these price predictions. All of these coins that I talk about have potential for much, much more, but do remember, I try to keep them as realistic and honest as possible. As we see a market cap at about $2.3 billion, we could continue to see that rise very, very quickly. Do remember, we have a bunch of people coming into the cryptoverse every single day, jumping in and investing in coins. If Decentraland makes themselves look good, presentable, they will get a lot of people's money, and because of that, Decentraland will continue to increase over the next year. We go into May. I think May is going to be a big month for Decentraland. Obviously, by then, we should definitely have some more news, information, maybe some projects that they're working on, information on those updates coming, etc. So because of that, I think Decentraland will move its way closer to about 225 by the end of May. That's definitely a possibility. I will say $2 to 225 is about an all-time high range that I think it'll jump into. 225 being that all-time high, then about 220, 215 being a good stable spot for Decentraland to really stabilize and show that, it is a healthy price chart jump. If we take a look at the last year, you can actually see overall, Decentraland's had a fairly healthy chart. We've, increased pretty much substantially, February 26th, but we did have a correction to make up for it, into another increase and another correction, into another increase, and now hopefully another healthy correction at this $1.44, $1.45 mark. That would be great if we could continue to see Decentraland make this healthy price chart throughout the rest of 2021, because at the end of 2021, I could definitely see Decentraland making its way closer and closer to $5 to $6. It has potential, like I said, to do much, much more. You guys know that. But, specifically on Decentraland, I'm going to say this is a $6 all-time high, about a $5.50, $5.60 stabilization for Decentraland going into 2021. It'll be a fun one to watch. Obviously, a lot of people invested in Decentraland, and we'll continue to watch it for that reason. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn notifications on, as well as like the video. I really do appreciate it, guys. Comment and let me know what you guys think about my price prediction, and if you guys have any thoughts on where you're going to jump in or jump out of Decentraland, as right now we're looking at close to a good entry point. If we go down for a little bit more, like I said, down to that $1.30, you're looking at a very good entry point for Decentraland if we get to that previous stabilization at $1.34. So we'll continue to watch Decentraland. Like I said, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys all in the next one.